So I am 47 and I have been driving for 6 years and I drive for Salt Creek Logistics.
What initially attracted you to working with us?
Was coming off of a pretty major medical scare and I knew that I needed to turn things around for myself. I was going to be another statistic of the drivers that, they find.
Jill, you're down over 50 pounds now, I believe. Just over 50 pounds, right?
Right,
Yep,
right.
that's phenomenal. Would you say that you feel safer as a driver now than you did 14 months ago?
Yes, I do, definitely. I feel like I am no longer as reliant on, like bad types of snacking. Absolutely recommend it.
The trucking company was listening to this interview and wanted to help improve the health of their drivers and ultimately even protect the health of their bottom line. Do you think they could benefit from partnering with us?
Absolutely recommend it because there are a handful of things without the honk the horn. Absolutely. I think that a big part of happiness is your health.
Hello, everyone. My name is Devin Birch. I'm the head coach here at Be Lean Fitness. And today I'm joined by one of our amazing Be Lean members, Jill. Jill's been with us for about 14 months, Jill. And today she's going to share her experience with us. Also, ask her to share if she sees Be Lean as a valuable solution for other truck drivers and even trucking companies as a whole. So, Jill, if you wouldn't mind, start off by telling us your age, and how long you've been driving for, and who you drive for.
So I am 47 and I have been driving for 6 years and I drive for Salt Creek Logistics.
Phenomenal. And so, obviously, you've been a road warrior now for well over a year. I want you to think back when you first joined with us 14 months ago. What initially attracted you to working with us?
Was coming off of a pretty major medical scare and I knew that I needed to turn things around for myself or I was going to be another statistic of the drivers that, they find.
For sure. And, as it relates to the results that you've seen, I know you've lost a substantial amount of weight. I'm definitely going to let you talk about that. But also, maybe you could talk a little bit more about some of the other results that you've seen in working with us aside from just the weight loss.
I would say for me, the biggest thing is my activity level is so much higher, which is so important. I mean, one of the biggest things that my doctor said was that I needed to be moving, which sounds so simple and yet can be so hard.
And you want to talk a little bit about specifically like what you like to do on the road?
I've discovered that I am definitely a walker. I like to get out and do my walks. I really enjoy that. I am doing the weightlifting because, like I want my results and, like all of that kind of stuff. But, and then also just the accountability for me is the main thing. I find that when I know that somebody else is there that I will check in with once a week, it is more motivating than the, like, oh, I know I should do this. And, there's always an excuse. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, this, that. But when you know that somebody is going to be, not in a mean way or anything like that, but when you know that somebody is going to be checking, it's there. It helps.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm glad to be the person that's there, checking with you. We hold each other accountable. We're
Yeah.
actually doing a little challenge, you and I, right now, with one another, which is phenomenal. Jill, you're down over 50 pounds now, I believe, just over 50 pounds, right?
Right.
Yep,
Right.
that's phenomenal. Would you say that you feel safer as a driver now than you did 14 months ago?
I mean, I feel like my health is significantly different than it was 14 months ago, and I definitely feel like I am no longer concerned about landing myself back in the hospital and those sorts of things.
Phenomenal, phenomenal.
Uh,
What about like long hauls and things like that? Do you feel that you're a little bit maybe better equipped, energy wise per se, to like handle long drives or stay more alert?
yes, I do definitely. I feel like I am no longer as reliant on, like bad types of snacking. And honestly, even my caffeine intake is significantly down from it used to because my sleep quality, I feel like, is much better because of the exercising. And that just makes it, I just sleep better.
Love that.
Even if you look at the metrics from my fitness watch, like my sleep is actually better. Like not just that it feels better, but like it is measurably better.
If a driver is listening to this interview, what would you say to them would you recommend Beeling to them if they were wanting to transform their health? And if so, why would you recommend it?
Absolutely recommend it because there are a handful of things. I know, just honk the horn. There are a handful of things that I do feel like I'm maybe a little bit pickier about and that I don't want to do. And that can be completely, like if there are things that you love or things that you hate, either way, you can work around those things. Like one of the things that I don't really like doing is I don't like exercising outside of my truck. And that's sort of a hard line for me. Like, I just don't feel comfortable doing things in public spaces. People that like doing that, that's fantastic for you. I love that. And I'm sure that you have people on program that do that. And that's great. But I don't have to, and I can still see success. And I like how customizable it is to my specific whatevers.
Love that. Now, I mentioned earlier in the interview that we also partner with trucking companies where we become their driver wellness partner per se, and help them create a culture of be lean through our wellness program and resources. And the benefit to them is lower healthcare costs, worker comp claims, lower driver turnover, lower absenteeism, and even preventable accidents. So, Jill, if a trucking company was listening to this interview and wanted to help improve the health of their drivers and ultimately even protect the health of their bottom line, do you think they could benefit from partnering with us?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that a big part of happiness is your health. Like, I am a happier person now that I am getting out into the world and doing more things. I would say that before Be Lean, I was pretty bubbled up. I was, going on the walks that were necessary for my dog, and that was about it. I was not getting out and doing things the way that I do now. And that's made me a lot happier as a driver. I mean, I'm still busy. I'm still running, 3,000, 3,500 miles a week. So, it's busy, but, I mean, you make time to do stuff.
So it sounds like not only have you undergone physical changes, but mentally as well. You said you sound like you're happier. Yes,
Yes.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
So my final question for you, Jill, it has to do with driver engagement. Since you've been consistently using the program and resources for the past 14 or so months, do you think the driver community that we've built with our road warriors has helped you stay engaged, and if so, why?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're pretty locked in. Like, I really like that we have the weekly cooking videos. Those are super fun. But also I like the longer challenges that we do as well. So yeah, like I would say that at least once a week, and usually it's being done more than once a week, but at least once a week it actually coincides with my schedule to where I can engage with the group. Because
No.
that's the other thing that's nice is that it is spread out in a way that it tries to make it so that everybody can make it if they want to.
Awesome. Well, Jill, thank you for taking the time to do this interview with me. For the drivers and trucking companies listening, if you want to learn more about how we can help, just go to BeLeanFitness.com to learn more. Thanks again, Jill.
Thanks.